What's poppin', YouTube? Welcome to my channel, Astro Finesse. It's your boy Lil Finesse Jiggy Hippie, back with another video for y'all. And this video right here, we're gonna be finally talking about December 21st, the great conjunction, Jupiter and Saturn coming together, what that means, what that represents for us as a people, as humanity, and how it represents you personally. So this video will be a little long because I've done a lot of research. I'm going to give y'all a lot of information. One thing I'm going to start off by saying is you should not be scared of anything. You shouldn't be, oh, December 21st, something big is going to happen. It's going to be an explosion. Like, there's nothing scary about things astrologically. But understand that this is like preparation, to be prepared of what you're about to witness, what you're about to experience, and what you're about to see society-wise and personal-wise as we move on into 2021 and forward. So to start, pause for the cause. You already know. If you're just starting off your journey of self-love, self-knowledge, self-understanding, self-awareness, if you don't realize why it's so important, why you have to, and as we're moving on to 2021 and through this conjunction, you're gonna start realizing you kind of have to learn about yourself through astrology and numerology. Don't worry, I got you. There's a couple of videos. I put the link in the description. You have to watch them first to become hip to the knowledge of what I'm about to talk about right now. So, without further ado, let's just get it popping. Let's just get right into it. So first of all, what does conjunction mean? What is Saturn, Jupiter? What does all that mean? This video is going to be for those that really don't understand astrology or don't really look at it or are really confused by it by watching other people's videos. It's like for the beginners. So let's start off by saying conjunction obviously means when two planets are together, when they're coming together, when they're conjoining together. And now the planet Jupiter, now remember we have social planets, then we have personal planets. We have generational planets, then we have, personal planets. The social planets are the outer planets, the Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto, Neptune, Uranus. Those planets move slower and they affect society as a whole, they affect generations as a whole. The personal planets move faster and they affect you personally. So Jupiter and Saturn are social planets. Jupiter, you already know, the biggest planet, expansion, gives you luck, gives you abundance. Also overindulgence, and I'm going to talk about that deeper in this video. So Jupiter also represents overindulgence, keep that in mind. Then we got Saturn, which people kind of give it a bad stigma. I personally appreciate Saturn because Saturn gives you discipline, gives you structure. It's like the restrictive planet, disciplinarian. It kind of has that bad rep, but having these two energies come together and being consciously aware of, all right, so I got one planet that gives you a lot, you can overindulge, and I got one planet that kind of restricts. So kind of look at it like as a car, you got the gas, which is Jupiter. You got the gas to go. Then you got Saturn, which is like the brakes that like, yo, relax a little bit, stop a little bit. So it's all about balance. So these two are coming together on December 21st. The reason why it's such a big deal right now is because for the first time in a very, very long time, I think, and I have my notes down here, since 1623. This is the closest it has ever been since 1623. Besides that point, it's going into the sign of Aquarius. Now, we already know, and I've been talking about Aquarius a lot on my channel, how important Aquarius energy is, especially in this time we're living in right now. So the reason why it's so important is because these two planets, these two social planets that affect us socially as a humanity, as a society, these two planets are going into the sign of Aquarius, which is you already know, which is innovation, technology, being individualistic, being yourself. So that's why it's a big deal right now. So basically, Saturn moves around the sun in 30 years. And this is my first time making a video outside, so pause for the cause for all the background noises you might hear. I hope it doesn't really attract y'all. But Saturn moves around the sun every 30 years. Jupiter moves around the sun every 12 years. So they meet up with each other every 20 years, okay? Saturn, 30 years around the sun. Jupiter, 12 years around the sun. So by the time that they're moving around and they meet up with each other, it's every 20 years. So 20 years ago, in 2000, it was conjunct in Taurus. So society-wise, as a society, as humanity, those two social planets were conjunct in Taurus. And Taurus represents monetary possessions, money, earth sign things, which is like, things that are tangible, things that are seen. So the mindset of society in 2000, starting from 2000, was all about the money, all about consumerism, all about buying things, doing things like that. So society the conjunctions have been in earth signs for the past 200 years. It has been an earth sign, so that means society has been all about structure, making money, monetary things. That's why you can see, like, on TV, celebrities holding money on their ears. Like, things were all about being flashy and having money. That was like the way the world was living in that time, kind of thing, or even in this time still now. And I personally believe that it actually started already. It's like, it's not going to be December 21st and all of a sudden we're going to feel a jolt of a new age kind of thing. I feel like it already started already. But in 2000, Saturn and Jupiter conjunct in Taurus, and in the past 200 years it has been meeting up in earth signs, except for in 1980 when it came in Libra, but then went back to earth signs. So earth signs, it has been conjunct in earth signs. So socially, we have an influence socially to believe in things of the monetary things of the tangible, to believe in being stable, to be stuck in your way kind of thing, to be more of thinking about money a lot, like as a society, as a humanity, as a world, as an earth. You feel me? So now that it's going into Aquarius, which is an air sign, now you will start to see people that in the past that look like they were happy, that look like, they were living the life, that have so much money, that have so much possessions, that they felt content with life. You will notice that those people that weren't prepared for this, that weren't acknowledging the fact that, okay, money isn't everything. It's not about it's not about having material possessions, but in Aquarius now, it's all about the information that you share with the world, being a humanitarian, being able to shine your own individual light, and being able to cook the best recipe of the water you're pouring down for humanity. I'm gonna get deeper into that in this video, but understand that all of us, each one of us, have our own recipe, have our own gift to give the world, have our own water that we have to share for the world, especially being in Aquarius. So we have a group of people that have been prepared to this, and I'll put myself in that group, that know that kind of like you could call them the chosen ones or enlightened, or just those people that kind of had the spark already before the C virus, before the lockdown, that have already been walking into, all right, I don't want to work a 9 to 5 no more. I don't want to be in that. I don't want to do things for money. I want to do things for influence. I want to do things to help people. I want to do things that I love. I'm not doing things for money anymore. There's a couple people that have been already doing this. And when December 21st comes around, when the conjunction happens, it's like Jupiter will then, because we have been doing this with the discipline of Saturn, we have been disciplining ourselves, working hard, really being able to be different from society. Those people, us, when the 21st happens, Jupiter will kind of come in and kind of give us more blessings to kind of push us forward, because we're going into like the Aquarian type energy. So those that have been doing it already, being an influencer, going against the grain, being yourself, creating something for yourself, not trying to conform to society, not trying to conform to the working 9 to 5, that money thing, not conforming to that. Those of us that have been already doing the work, now it's like Jupiter is going to kind of give us blessings and kind of push us forward, and you will see that those that have been doing the work now are going to start to thrive in a way. And those that have been overindulgent, those that have been just living life, not really learning about themselves, not caring about themselves, not really thinking about ways to help humanity, not really walking into the Aquarian type energy, but being stuck in their ways, stuck in their Taurus type money possession type energy, you will realize that those people, when December 21st happens, because they kind of been living in that overindulgence factor error energy, Saturn will come in and slow them down big time. So if you have not been doing the work up till now, this time will be harder for you. You will realize damn, things are really difficult right now. I can't do things like I did before. I have to adjust myself, have to change. This is why I've been making this channel, trying to be helping everybody to learn about yourself, know about yourself, learn about yourself. Because learning about yourself is knowing what purpose you have, what kind of water you can mix up that you can pour down for humanity, if that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense right now. I know it's a lot of information, but I'm just getting started. So boom. So basically, understand that the 21st is scary for some people, and it's like a breath of relief for some people. For those of us that have been doing the work, that have been walking into our own light, that have been looking within ourselves and really knowing what we're here to do, finding our purpose, we had all this year through this lockdown to really dig deep within yourself to know what you're here for, what you can provide, what you can bring to the table of earth, what you can like give us as a humanity, what you could give the world, what your purpose is. We had all this time to really sit down, really be structured and disciplined and sit within ourselves to understand, all right, so what can I give to the world? And if during this time you were not doing that, if during this time you were not really thinking about what you're really here to do, rather than being stuck in that go to work 9 to 5, rather being stuck in someone telling you what to do, the government, rather listening to everything that's being told to you, if you have not been having your own individualistic way of expressing yourself or thinking of new ideas or doing things differently, if you have not been doing that all this time, then when the conjunction happens in Aquarius, the whole society is going to change, and you'll realize it will be harder for you to adjust because you haven't been preparing yourself. But if you have been preparing yourself, if you have been studying about yourself, if you have been loving yourself, learning about yourself, knowing what kind of water, what you bring, what your purpose is, what you can provide for society, knowing what your gift is in life, if you have been doing these things as we have been locked down and we have been secluded within ourselves, if you actually took the time to look within yourself and do the work, December 21st is going to happen and going to give you more blessings. Jupiter is actually going to come and give you more blessings because you have been structured and disciplined with the Saturn energy. So understand that there's nothing to be scared of if you have been doing the work already. If you haven't been doing the work, if you have just been, still stuck in the joyousness or overindulgence of life rather than actually being disciplined and thinking about ways to do things differently, if you stay stuck in your way and don't try to adjust to doing things differently, you will realize then, oh damn, like Saturn then will come in and definitely slow you down and force you to actually change your ways, or actually adjust to society. So I'm saying all this to prepare y'all to understand that, look, the world is about to change into a more Aquarian type energy. 2 social planets are conjuncting in a Aquarius energy, in a new world, new technology, innovative, individualistic type energy. So I've been telling y'all for mad long about how you're just supposed to express yourself, be individualistic, learn about different connections that you make, try to find your soul tribe, trying to find your soul family. Especially now is a time that you do not want to be around people that don't really match your frequency. Like, especially now is a time you don't want to waste your time around people that are kind of slowing you down from your purpose, slowing you down from what you're here to do. You should really be pinpointing and finding your soul tribe, your soul family to be around. And the way to attract your soul tribe, your soul family, is to express yourself, who you truly are, express your truth, express your gifts, be individualistic. Like I said, we all have our own different ingredients, different concoction of our water that we're pouring down. So when you're pouring down your water to humanity, you will attract people that think like you. Oh, damn, I like the way that person talks. I like the way that person thinks. I like their ideologies. You will attract people like you. And going into the conjunction in Aquarius, it's very, very important that we all have to be in connection with people that think like us. It's going to be like, the world's going to be who you are socially. It's not going to be how much money you have, but it's like kind of what kind of influence you give to people, what kind of innovation you kind of give to the world. What do you bring to the table? What can you help the world change and innovate? How can you help the world change and innovate? Are you going to be, damn, I'm too scary, or I'm too shy, or I'm just going to be stuck in my way. I don't want to change. I don't want to do that. I'm just going to be stuck in my way. Or you're going to be like, step up to the plate, or you're going to actually try to influence, try to help humanity, raise the vibration. It's all about being in the Aquarius type energy. In 2000, It was in Taurus. The conjunction was in Taurus. So that was all about being in the monetary type energy, being in the possessions type energy. Now it's in Aquarius. Every 20 years it changes. So it's going to be being in the Aquarian type energy, the connections, the soul tribe families, the inventions, the technology. Connections is like very important in this time right now. So pay very close attention of the people that you are around, immediately around. People that you call friends, your homies, your homegirls. Those people, are they on the same frequency as you? If not, you should really detach yourself from people that are not on the same frequency as you. Focus on your gift. Focus on your water that you can pour down to the humanity. And when you're pouring down that to humanity, you will attract your soul tribe, your soul family. So I'm going to leave y'all with this. There's nothing to be scared of. But what happens with conjunctions and with two social planets is the world's going to start shifting. And you see how they locked us down, how they kind of want to force us to take the, you know what, because they kind of see that the world is shifting. People are waking up. People are waking up. People are realizing that we have to really understand that we're going into a new age kind of thing. So you see how they're trying to kind of mess us up and lock us down. Being in Aquarian age, or being the conjunctions being in Aquarius, it's like society now is actually realizing and waking up to the truth kind of thing. We're actually waking up to what's real and what's like what real information is. So now is the time to really understand what you bring to the table, what your purpose is. And now the conjunction is going to affect each person based on their rising sign differently. So for example, if you're an Aries rising, that means that Aquarius is in your 11th house. So the conjunction is going to affect your 11th house energy. If you're Taurus rising, it will be in your 10th house. Gemini will be in your 9th house. Cancer will be in your 8th house. Leo will be in your 7th house. Virgo will be in your 6th house. Libra will be in your 5th house. Scorpio will be in your 4th house. Capricorn in your 2nd house. And Aquarius in your 1st house, and Pisces in your 12th house. So what that means is focusing and knowing what you bring to the table, bringing Saturn in to actually kind of help you organize it and structure it in a way. Once you actually have a plan set, once you actually know what you're doing, you put in the work for whatever water you're pouring down. Once you have structured your idea and you pour it down, Jupiter then will come and give you more abundance and blessings. If you have been doing the work, you will be thriving now. So keep that in mind, that if you have done the work, you will start to thrive because you have been already structuring yourself and doing the work. But if you haven't been doing the work, it will be difficult for you to actually, thrive in this new kind of world we're living in right now. So like I said, Jupiter, Saturn coming together in Aquarius means that as a society, as a world, we're all moving towards progression, innovation. For me, I'm personally excited to see what's going to happen, what people are going to invent, how society's going to change, how we're going to socialize differently. But keep in mind that we're waking up as a society. So the structure, Saturn might come in, the structure, the government, whoever will come in and we'll try to block that. We'll try to stop that a little bit. It's up to you to know, am I going to stand for this, or am I going to change and be innovative, be individualistic, do my own thing, not listen to the structure too much, not listen to them, not listen to what they're trying to let me do, what they're trying to force us to do. It's like we as a people now have to come together as a people to propel the world. Instead of relying on the government, I'll say, we have to rely on ourselves as a people, rely on our soul group, our soul tribe, rely on our connections, rely on us as a people to help propel the world. So you will see a lot of restrictions and structures, like everywhere you go, restrictions, do this, do that, you can't do this, you can't do that, a lot of restrictions when it comes to doing things we want to do freely. But understand that that's happening because they realize how important this day is, they realize how important this time is as a society, that everybody's waking up, mentally, spiritually. So they're going to try and restrict you. But if you're doing the work, if you're actually structured and you know what your purpose is in this lifetime, the more you focus on that, the more you take away distractions, take away toxic people, the more you focus on what you can bring to society instead of being conforming to the government and to structure and all that, that is how Jupiter will then give you blessings and give you abundance. But if you're not in that Saturn, energy of being structured and disciplined on yourself, and you're more in a Jupiter or being overindulgent, then Saturn will come in and slow you down big time. So I want y'all to be more in the Saturn energy of being structured, being disciplined, actually thinking about something in a structured way, so that as you're doing the work, as you put your head down and you do the work, Jupiter will then come in and give you more blessings. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that. That was my video on the 21st, December 21st conjunction. Hope y'all enjoyed that. I appreciate all y'all that have been subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, you already know what to do. Go ahead and handle that one time for your boy. Make sure you drink your water, mind your business, and be safe out here. It's your boy, Lil Finesse Jiggy Hippie. I'm going to see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.